We're here at the Knowles House Museum, Center Lake, Michigan's local historical society, to research the history of the Blue Pelican, formerly known as the Lamplight Inn, which has had reports of ghostly encounters since the 1950s. Thanks to Kathy, a very helpful local historian, we learned as far as records can tell, it was built in the early 1900s and then renovated in the 1960s. Center Lake School was built in 1985 but burned in 1927 and was rebuilt shortly after in 1928. Later named and most commonly known as the Lamplight Inn, this historical building has quite a history.
Something about a young girl who was going to run away and get married, and her fiance put a ladder up on this end of the lamplight, and she was going to escape, and something happened to either him or to her, and now she wanders the hall.
Now under construction again and currently named the Blue Pelican, it's had other names such as the Central Lake Hotel and the Palace in the mid-1900s.
We're currently outside of the Blue Pelican. If you Google Lamplight Inn, you'll find a number of stories about it being haunted. So we've come to the Blue Pelican, which is currently under renovation, and we're going to stay the night here and see what we can get for you.
There was a girl who eloped, supposedly, and fell down the ladder. And I could never figure out if it was the ladder or the steps. Never got really the whole thing as you come down the front steps here. And fell and died. We've had little crazy things that have happened to us. I was in Virginia back at my job in Washington, D.C., Virginia area. And I called up here to one of the girls who does cleaning for me. And she walked, which I call the ghost closet. And that's where everything we took that was old in the building and put it in that closet. That was left over. Yeah. And she said she walked by and she saw something in the closet. And then she turned around and back. There was nothing.
We're gonna go into the wine cellar. I think it's a wine cellar.
I don't know what it is, but it's creepy.
Some kind of storage area.
Apparently, there was some graffiti. Eee. We're gonna go hang out with the asbestosis. Yeah, there's a lot of products from construction and hotel. And this looks like where they're running all their wiring through right now. Okay, this is Sam down in the basement of the Blue Pelican, and we're just wondering if anybody is here with us today, or if anybody has anything they'd like to say to us. We are all ears for any messages, unfortunately, and I will be very delighted to take your call.
If you can move something or touch one of us, why do you stay here? What happened to you? Oh. Right here.
Lift up and see if it's that's where it is.
Yeah.
Okay, go down. You're moving it.
That was me.
No, it's right here. Right in this area.
So it's like right on your face?
Yeah. Are you standing right in front of me? Is this your face?
Wow, that's crazy.
I don't feel any cold sensations, but I'm actually really hot.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
like
freezing.
extremely hot.
I am freezing.
I'm like feeling like I'm like feel like I'm on fire. Here, will you hold this for me?
We are reading out when it's beeping,
Right.
well,
Gone.
we're at a 3 right now.
Really?
Yes, we're reading
Well,
just
it
a
was
3.
going up to like the top.
Yeah, and it was reading out
Yeah, it's leveling out.
at 5.
5. It's at 5 right now. It's freaking out.
Now this room, like this room, I get no sensation here. There seems to be nothing odd here to me. It doesn't even have like a basement feel to it,
Yeah.
you know, or like you're like, oh, I'm in a basement, that's creepy.
She had a little girl that worked here. Her mom was paranormal. And she was walking out from this bar area out to the front door, and Mary Ellen was standing at the bottom of the steps, right? And the little girl's looking up and talking to this person. And you could tell right away it was a gentleman, right?
Uh-huh.
And she says, she's talking to him, well, have a nice evening, and she goes out to the door and opens the door and lets the person out.
Oh, wow.
So Mary Ellen went, what were you doing? What was that? And she says, I was just letting the gentleman out that was leaving. I just know there's been a lot of people who have worked here
Yeah.
that it would bother them if they went upstairs.
We are heading upstairs in the Blue Pelican to go check out the hotel level of the building. There are 7 rooms up here that people are free to rent, and it's been a hotel since the early 1900s. This is the level that is said to have the most activity, and it is also the level that we feel the biggest response from.
The crackling sound is actually, the floor has a layer of plastic on it. So as you walk, it makes these crackling sounds. After reviewing the audio in our investigation, we were unable to hear with our own ears the noise that seems to come from nowhere. Listen closely as we play it back.
This is the office that the owner of the Pelican uses for all of his hotel and bar restaurant management. He says this is a pretty comfortable place for him, and standing in here I don't get any vibes or feelings from it at all. It seems pretty relaxed. Hey, we were just wondering if there's anybody here with us today.
If there's anybody here, can you give us a sign? Nothing.
This is the service stairs, which leads down into the kitchen, I believe. I think part of the thing that makes this upstairs so creepy is this long hallway here. It's very long. You can't see to the end of it. You can barely see the end of it with the flashlights. It's got a very lonely feeling to it, I guess, for lack of a better term. So we're going to start at this end of the hallway and work our way. This is one of the rooms that is rented out. There is the town. Okay, we'd like to know if we have anybody here with us. If there's anybody in this room with us. If there is somebody in this room, could you give us a sign? Knock on the wall, touch one of us, say something. Notice that the rooms that haven't modernized or have additives in them that, you know, aren't original, the rooms that they've redone since they bought the hotel/bar and restaurant, don't have the same ambiance in them as the ones that were not bought or have not been renovated yet. I don't know if that would have something to do with just a feeling or scent, or if it would mean that something has actually moved on once it's been renovated, or if they're staying in a part that seems familiar to them still, because the rooms that have been renovated are extremely not like the rooms that haven't been there. They've been paneled and painted. New door handles have been put on, new furniture, new carpet, new windows. So maybe it's just a familiarity thing.
Well, we're gonna go check out one of the rooms here that's been renovated. These rooms are actually pretty nice because they've all been redone. Is there somebody here? Can they come close to these, to that light in their hand? Well, let's go down the hall a little bit.
So we put everything old in this closet. So when we first started construction here, I was throwing some stuff in here and it was getting dark earlier, right? So I flipped the light on, right, and then flipped it off, right? And then a little while later I flipped it on and I started walking away and I caught the light go out. So I came back and flipped the switch a few times and the light stayed off. So I said, oh geez, must have blown a bulb. There's all kinds of crazy electrical wire in the building. The light fixture up there has a pull chain, but I didn't know it had one. Okay? And I don't know why, maybe the angle I was looking at or whatever. When I came back about a week later to change some other bulbs, changed the light bulb, forgot to turn the switch, then I got up the ladder, flipped the switch on, light still didn't work. Well, that pulled on the chain. And normally electrically, it's a make or break. It never is, it either doesn't work or it works.
Yeah.
And it was stuck in between. But today, like I said, the carpenter, he was working here today, as you can see from all the mess. And literally was working inside here, and you could hear something in this hallway over here. And then he thought maybe we were up here working, and he looked.
The ghost closet.
Yeah, the ghost closet.
It's very hard to see anybody though.
This is the ghost, what they call the ghost closet. This is where they have all the old stuff. They're just kind of throwing it all in here for right now.
So they got a lot of old, it's all like antiques and old furniture, pictures, records.
Come and play with me.
Is there anybody here with us? In the legendary ghost closet? Have you been having fun and play with the construction workers? Is there anybody here who'd like to say anything?
We're gonna check out the last couple rooms here.
We're gonna go back in order.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Is there anybody here? Can you tell us your name? Can you show us a sign? Knock on a door, a wall, touch one of us? Will you come over here to this light? Show us your hair. Don't be scared of us.
Very simple, small room. Everything's been redone. It's the last room in the hallway of doom. Do we have anybody here with us? Not hot, cozy. We're very cozy, we're very comfortable. I could probably get a sleeping bag and sleep right here and feel just fine about it. No eerie, I'm going to sleep in a haunted place feelings. Even the Stanley gave me that feeling.
Yeah,
You know, that you were like sleeping in a haunted place. And
Stop this recording. Okay. All right.
Has her school books. And across the street, there used to be a railroad station. And so, a couple of years ago, the lady who owned the place, Mary Ellen and Mike Murphy, they had a paranormal come up from Traverse City. And so, as she pulled up in the parking lot, it kind of freaked her out because she looked up in the dormer, up top, up in the attic, and there's a window there. And the little girl was looking out with her school books. Well, she came inside and was talking to these ladies who were in a club, like they call it the hen cluckers or something like that. And they were down in the basement having this get-together. Mm-hmm. And she said there was a little girl up there, right? And she's looking across the street from the school towards the railroad station. So everybody in the room went, no, 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 because there's people who lived here all their lives, and said this was never a school. But about the same time this building was built, the only school in town that you saw at Brothers burned down.
Yeah.
And it was used as a temporary school.
We put a camera up in the attic because in the attic is where the window faced the road. And there's been a million people that have said they've seen this little girl looking out of the window, the upper window. So what they did was, as you can see in the pictures, they covered it up and they put the blue Pelican light, the sign over the top of it, so you couldn't see in the window anymore. But actually the window is now the attic, that whole room up there. So it's a gigantic attic that runs the length of this building. And even with the flashlight, it's hard to see all the way down from one side to another when you get up there. And it's very dark. But we have a camera recording up there, and so we're going to take a look at that footage later. After reviewing the hours of footage from the attic, there wasn't much to see, but the eerie feeling you got from being up there was hard to miss.
you kind of get that.
I'm seeing it.
I see me grabbing a camera.
No, it's basically in this hallway that I get creeped out, and I really do think it's because it's a long end each way.
I think
And
it's just because it's so narrow.
right, it's narrow and it's long on both ends, and when you come up the stairs, you're like pretty much in the center of it. And you know, it's straight out of a horror movie. This hallway.
Yeah, this place has so many legends about it on the internet. And, I mean, a million personal experiences from people, but when you're here, it's been renovated and it's really nice and cozy here. And if there is spirits living here or something going on, it either doesn't want to make itself known, or there isn't anything here. But I will say it's a nice place. I'd definitely come and hang out.
Yeah.
You know, we need a place like this back home.
I would come here, get drunk after I'm not pregnant, and crawl up the stairs to my comfy suite.
That's right.
So,
Night.
are we calling it a night?
Yeah, I think we're calling it a night.
We're calling it a night. Good
Good.
night.
Good night.
I don't know if it is you have to be a believer or not, right? Or just have some situation where it seems like something's happening.